The movie begins in a certain neighborhood where a former inmate of Nandi lives. She works as a cleaner. There are two drunkards, a man and a woman, who mock her saying, "Look at a beautiful woman like you cleaning toilets." This comment angers Fila, and she furiously chases them away. A few seconds later, her phone rings. It's a call from a white lady who used to insist on being Nandi's fellow inmate. She informs Fila that Nandi has been released and is now out in the streets. Released without notifying her important inmate friend. That means she's been betrayed. Meanwhile, at Vilakazi's mansion, where Vilakazi's female bodyguard lives, the lady is outside by the swimming pool wearing some seductive outfit. Jackob heads to the pool and sees the lady lying near the pool. He greets her, but she doesn't respond. She only stares at him. Jackob introduces himself as Jackob Tao. The lady replies with only one sentence. "I like privacy." Jackob responds, "Is that how you make me back off? Fine, I'll back off." He gets into the pool and starts swimming while the lady watches him lustfully. Their eyes meet, and the lady exhales heavily. Later, the lady decides to investigate who Jackob really is. She searches for him online and finds several posts about a scandal involving him and the wife of a judge named Nandi, and about how Jackob was released due to insufficient evidence. She also finds another post titled "Jackob Tao on the Run, Judge's Wife Arrested." Vilakazi's female bodyguard is shocked by this information. At Nandi's house, Vuyo wakes up to a phone call. He's told there's a problem at the gate. He rushes outside and meets Clinton being held by a guard. Vuyo asks, "Who are you?" Clinton replies that his name is Clinton, and he came to see Xinhle. Angry, Vuyo grabs Clinton, shouting that he abandoned Xinhle in the accident and left her to die. Seconds later, Xinhle arrives and calms them down. Clinton apologizes, saying he panicked when he saw the police coming and didn't know what to do. Vuyo yells, "If Xinhle had died because of your carelessness, it would have been your fault." Xinhle defends Clinton, saying he apologized and should be forgiven. Vuyo insists he committed a crime. Xinhle fires back, "Let him be. He's not a bad guy. You are, and a liar too." Shocked, Vuyo asks, "What?" Xinhle tells him they heard Aunt Brenda's voice on the CD, that Vuyo knew all along Brenda committed suicide and wasn't murdered as everyone believed, and he kept it a secret. Later, Xinhle and Clinton leave. Vuyo goes back inside looking for his car keys but can't find them. Clinton then tells Xinhle the reason he ran away during the accident. When he was young, his father used to threaten him with the police, and even locked him in a cell for hours to punish him. That's why, to this day, he runs away whenever he sees police. Xinhle forgives him. Xinhle's phone rings. It's Laura. She tells Laura they're near her place, and that she's with Clinton. Later, Nandi calls Vuyo, telling him she saw Xinhle with a young man in a car. Vuyo replies, "Let's go get her." But Nandi blames him, asking, "What have you done now?" Vuyo says Xinhle already knows Brenda's suicide secret. Nandi asks for the location, but Vuyo refuses, telling her to come so they can go together. Nandi declines. Meanwhile, Clinton is swimming while Laura and Xinhle sit nearby chatting. Laura teasingly asks Xinhle if she likes him. Xinhle replies, "I like him, but I don't like him like him." Laura gives her a suspicious look. They end up laughing and staring at each other while Xinhle glances at Clinton's body and the scars from the accident. She seems attracted to him. Suddenly, someone secretly takes photos of them from afar. As Nandi drives down the road, a car follows her without her knowing. When she turns the corner, the car speeds up, overtakes her, and blocks her way. Out steps Vilakazi's ruthless female bodyguard. Nandi angrily confronts her. The bodyguard hands Nandi a phone. Someone is already on the line. It's Vilakazi. He threatens Nandi, saying that if Vuyo doesn't stop following him, Nandi's daughter's life will be in danger. Nandi reluctantly agrees, after repeated threats. The bodyguard then shows her photos of her daughter Xinhle at the swimming pool with others. Nandi is shocked and terrified. At home, Vuyo checks Zinhle's location through his phone. Nandi follows him and says, "I know she's at the swimming pool. Vilakazi told me. They've been tracking both me and Zinhle." She accuses Vuyo of promising to stop following Vilakazi, but later killing someone. Vuyo, shocked, asks, "What? They told you that?" Nandi says, "You looked me in the eye and lied," remembering their past conversations. Nandi continues, "You promised to stop following Vilakazi." Vuyo insists he did, but later got a call. He explains what happened, but Nandi blames him. "Because of your foolishness, all this is happening. If anything happens to Zinhle, it will be on you." She threatens to tell Zinhle that her life means nothing to Vuyo. Vuyo warns her back. "There are things I'll tell her too. Don't forget that." In the evening, Nandi goes jogging. A car parked nearby has the same inmate, Fila, following her. As Nandi passes by, Fila calls her name.
Nandi.
Shocked, Nandi turns around and sees Fila. They go to a spot near the beach, and upstairs Nandi tells Fila about the threats she's been receiving. Even pictures of her daughter everywhere she goes. Fila sympathizes and says she didn't know what Nandi was going through. Nandi complains that Vuyo doesn't understand and won't stop pursuing Vilakazi. She's thinking of sending Zinhle away, but Fila says it won't help. Where can she hide, where the minister won't find her? She promises to help Nandi. Later, back home, Nandi gives Fila information about Vilakazi's political power, wealth, corruption, and his dirty underground club. Fila vows to protect Nandi like she did in prison. Nandi asks how she found her home, and Fila says through Google and Nandi's fame on the internet, then leaves. Elsewhere, Jackob is jogging in the afternoon, while Precious watches him from upstairs. Once she confirms he's gone far, she sneaks into his room and finds many hand-drawn sketches pinned on the wall and lying on the table. She picks one up, remembering an event connected to that picture. As she reflects, Jackob enters. Precious quickly hides. Jackob gets a call saying his mother's condition has worsened despite earlier signs of improvement. While on the call, he notices something wrong. A picture has fallen that he's sure he left on the table. He picks it up, knowing someone's hiding nearby. He continues with his call calmly, fully aware someone is hiding near the closet. He opens the closet and goes to the bathroom, giving Precious a chance to escape, and he sees her, but does nothing. Back at Nandi's house, Zinhle calls her mother, saying she's going to the hospital to visit her dad, and asking if she'll come along. No response. She walks to her mother's room and finds her mother's ring left on the table. Suddenly, Nandi's phone rings. It's an unknown number. Zinhle answers and hears Jacob's voice. "Nandi, aren't you happy I've been released?" Shocked, Zinhle recalls an old incident with Jackob. She hangs up. When Nandi comes out of the bathroom, Zinhle angrily tells her Jackob called. She accuses Nandi of not caring about her father anymore. Nandi denies having any relationship with Jackob, saying she doesn't even have his number. Zinhle doesn't believe her and storms off. Nandi immediately calls Fila, who says she'll be there in 15 minutes. Nandi goes outside and finds Fila waiting in the car. She gets in and tells her, "Jackob called. He's messing up my life even more." She says she's decided to face Vilakazi herself. Fila calms her down, reminding her about the underground dirty club owned by Vilakazi, a place where only the rich enter wearing masks. She knows the club well through a friend. Nandi confirms that Vuyo has photos of Vilakazi there wearing a mask. Fila vows to kill Vilakazi for her. At Jacob's place, things heat up. Precious, overwhelmed by desire, fantasizes about Jackob and pleasures herself. Later, she comes back to her senses. Fila prepares to kill Vilakazi, but Nandi warns her it's too dangerous. Still, Fila insists she'll do it. Otherwise, Nandi won't love her anymore. Fila hangs up and speeds toward the underground club. Nandi begins to regret her decision. Just then, Vuyo appears and asks what's wrong. Nandi admits that her crazy friend has gone to kill Vilakazi. In her panic, she accidentally says, "May she do it?" Vuyo, shocked, asks, "She?" Nandi explains she met Fila in prison. Furious, Vuyo orders Nandi to call her immediately, warning that Vilakazi is heavily guarded and very smart. Nandi calls Fila, but she doesn't answer. Nandi decides to go after her. Vuyo gives her a card and tells her not to lose it. Fila arrives at the club, sneaks in through the back, and encounters a female guard. She knocks her out and takes her mask. Fila enters the club through the kitchen, holding a small knife, and scans for Vilakazi. She grabs a drink at the counter to blend in. Meanwhile, Nandi speeds toward the club to stop the attack. Fila spots Vilakazi sitting with his bodyguard, Precious. As she watches, Precious walks away, followed by Vilakazi. Fila follows to carry out her mission. Nandi bursts into the club just in time. Before Precious can strike, another masked woman appears before Vilakazi and says something to him. Alarmed, Vilakazi orders his guards to capture Fila. She manages to escape, running outside and hiding behind a car. As the guards search for Fila, Nandi removes her mask in front of Vilakazi. He demands to know who sent the assassin. Nandi says, "Vuyo." Vilakazi threatens to kill Vuyo, but Nandi pleads, saying he has files, photos, and documents, and if he dies, the evidence will fall into the wrong hands. Nandi promises to give Vilakazi the evidence if he spares Zinhle. Vilakazi agrees, but warns her that if she delivers everything within 24 hours, Zinhle's life will be peaceful. Otherwise, she'll die. At home, Vuyo tries calling Nandi, but her phone is unreachable. Nandi calls Fila, asking if the mission succeeded. Fila says it failed. Someone tipped off Vilakazi. To save Fila, who's now surrounded by guards, Nandi pulls the fire alarm, causing chaos. The guards rush inside, and Fila escapes through the back gate. Precious tells Vilakazi it was a false alarm. Strange things are happening tonight. Vilakazi blames Vuyo for everything and orders tighter security while keeping a close eye on Nandi. Precious doubts the plan, especially about the so-called evidence files, but Vilakazi says Nandi knows if she doesn't deliver, her daughter will die. She has 24 hours. Our third episode ends here. What will happen next? Your comment is very important, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss part 4, coming in just a few hours. Stay tuned.